Good morning, everyone. Oh boy, I hope we're not too laggy this morning. It looks like it might be a little glitchy. I'm gonna blame the cold. What's going on? Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. Welcome to Wednesday Live from cold Colorado. We're hanging out. It's cold over here. I hope you all are warmer, warmer than we've been. It's been a little chilly here, but that's all right. We're gonna kick it off with some hot coffee. I'm a little bundled up this morning, but we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be great. What's going on? Let's see. Sam's here. Sam says, "Hello." First to like. Please don't show us your G-string. I'm gonna show you, but not that one. Sam says, "Awesome to hear the guitar's complete." Oh, there we go. A little bit of glitchiness. My apologies if we're experiencing some issues. Hopefully we don't have too many problems, but we'll see what happens. We're going to power through. And Dastardly Dave's here. Says, "Sup all." Hey, Jeff. What's going on, Dave? How are you doing this fine Wednesday? I hope you're a little warmer than what we've been around here. We're actually, it's weird. So after we hung out last week, I was able to get the guitar finished up, which I'll show you in a minute. But that weekend, this past weekend, we had a ridiculous cold front coming through, and we were, oh man, it was cold. 13 below was the coldest that I saw here. And let's see, Monday it didn't get above 0, which I don't know what that is Celsius, but it's like 800 negative or something. What is that? Minus, I don't know, 15 Celsius? We didn't get above? Sorry, I'm looking at that thermometer that I have over there because it lets me get an idea of Celsius. Monday didn't get above 0. Yesterday, I think we finally broke 32 Fahrenheit. And today, right now, it's above freezing. But for some reason, here in the shop, it's so cold. I don't know why after a deep freeze like we just had, it takes a lot longer for everything to warm up. And again, I'm seeing some glitchiness in the video, so I'm sorry if that's coming through on your end. Hopefully it's not, but I don't know. I'm blaming the weather, which actually it probably is. Harry Dude's here. Harry Dude says, "What's up?" Hello, everyone. What's going on, Harry Dude? I see you are back in business for the new year. What's on the workbench? And Sam says, "I need a sound technical team." Yeah, I need something. And Donna's here. Donna says, "Good morning, Jeff." Good morning, Donna. I hope you're staying warm, because we just got through with an awful cold spell. Oh man, it was pretty chilly. But yeah, I was able to get the guitar done just before this cold set in, and yeah, I haven't been out here in the shop a whole lot for the last, I don't know, 4 days or so, due to, well, number one, the cold. Number two, Monday was a holiday here in the U.S., so there was no school. Yesterday there was again no school, due to some heating issues that they had, due to the cold. You know, these really cold temperatures are very taxing on your heating system, so they had a problem there, so they had to close the school yesterday, but they got everything fixed. We're back in business, and yeah, we're ready to go. I've been itching to get out here and do some work. All right, looks like maybe everything is settling in. I'm not seeing the glitchies. Is that a word? Harry Dude says, "Already got pickguard orders in. Working on a couple of pedals and some guitars due to arrive tomorrow and Friday for some setups. Think I'm gonna be busy." Right on. That's good. I am glad to hear that. I want everybody to be busy and have plenty of work. Sometimes I don't think that we feel like we have too much work, but then when you don't have the work, it's no good. So I'm glad to hear that. Alrighty, so let's see. What do we have here sitting on the bench? I probably shouldn't have brought it out here, but it's above freezing. It is done. Actually, let me hold this non-upside down. Got this thing together, as you saw in the video. If you haven't seen in the video, go check it out. I'm trying to be very careful not to bang it into stuff. So yeah, I got this thing done. It's probably well out of tune by now, if I can play it upside down without scratching it up too badly. Oh yeah, nicely out of tune. Oh, it's way out of tune. Wow. Well, anyway, I'm not even going to mess with it right now because the temperature is going to screw with it. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm glad to be done. I think it turned out really cool. I got a little bit of fine tuning on the setup to do, a little bit of adjustments to the string heights here, and a little bit of final shaping to do on the saddle. But I got it together enough to basically call it done. And it's a good feeling to have this thing done off the workbench, out of the shop. And yeah, I think it came together well. Had a few issues with the finish, as I mentioned in the video, and well, you guys know because we've been hanging out. And but yeah, it's done. I can put it aside, except for that little fine tuning. I'm kind of letting it sit for a few days to kind of let everything settle in. You know, number one, new strings always kind of, you know, need to do their thing, but I'm just letting the whole body, the whole guitar just find its place. Then I'll adjust the setup a little bit more, and hopefully see if I can get a demo. Maybe I'll have a buddy of mine play it, and you know, just to kind of see how things sound and all that stuff. So I think I'm gonna have this at the guitar show in Denver at the end of March. Took it to some friends of mine the other day, last Friday before it got really cold. My buddy Matt at Zimbelman Guitars checked it out, and he said, you really need to take it to the show. And I'm like, yeah. But I got to get on that. Probably get signed up and start working on some booth stuff. So yeah, if you're in the area and you want to see this guitar, make plans to attend the guitar show in Denver. I want to say it's the 24th or 27th or something. I'll let you know as we get a little bit closer. So alrighty, Sam says, how's America suffering a cold front with excess hot gas splurging out? Oh yeah, let's not go there. Let's not go there, Sam. Sam says, cool. Right on. Donna says, you always make beautiful guitars. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. I definitely try my best and at least hope for the best. Dave says, did you get something in the mail? You know what, Dave? Maybe. I haven't been to the post office since last week, so due to the weather that we've been having. But I'll get up there this week, and we'll see. Sam says, ordering anything comes with hefty shipping costs. Same with ordering from the UK. Yeah, shipping costs for anything are... It's just expensive, no matter where you're ordering it from. Dave says, cool. Yeah, I've been slacking due to the cold. I mean, it's been brutal here. Not the coldest we've ever had, but definitely getting close. Yep, I still have some issues to take care of from the cold. one of our vehicle that recently died. We still have it, haven't got rid of it yet, but it's completely dead. So I got to get the battery charged up on that. Probably the old tractor that we use around here. It's probably going to need the battery charged. And yeah, almost had a big issue with that a few days ago before it got super cold. I got to thinking about it, and I remembered that it doesn't have much antifreeze in it because it leaks. It's got a hole in the radiator that I'm gonna have to try to fix. And so I just been using. I just top it up with water when we're gonna use it, and then it all leaks out. But we got this cold, and before it got below zero, I remembered that it only has water, so I got to get antifreeze. Well, it already started to freeze up. It's, so I had to get like the heater, put a heater on it and stuff, and get it all thawed out, get it started, get the antifreeze back in there, and so it's gonna be. I'm gonna have some work to do there. But yeah, it's just this cold. It's rough. Let's see. And Mike's here. Mike, good morning, Mike. How are you this fine Wednesday morning? Hopefully you're warm and cozy. Sam says perhaps buy dome heat packs, or buy some heat packs. I've got a bunch of those little like hand warmer things and all kinds of different stuff. I got like the foot warmers and hand warmers and the little ones and the bigger ones. Harry Dude says, try getting stuff into Australia. We don't have channel tunnels or any land borders with other countries. I can imagine. Yeah, you are. You're completely cut off. Yeah, and I've heard that you have to pay the what is it, the duties and stuff. You have to pay import fees and all that. Thankfully, for the most part, I don't have to mess with that. But yeah, it's just shipping anything in general. I've got a few things that I got to get sent out probably this week, and yeah, just domestic shipping, from one part of the country to another. It's really going up. Sam says the Samsung autocorrect is the worst. Yes, I've had issues with autocorrect. Mike says it's been very cold in the Pacific Northwest, but I would be happy at 12 to 22 degrees Fahrenheit versus the minus. Yes, we are finally above freezing here. We went from 13 below 2 days ago. Yesterday, it went from it went from 13 below overnight to just about freezing by the morning. Got a few degrees above. Today we're above, and yeah, it's kind of. It's been wild, and I've been hearing about it all across the country. So I hope all of you here that are in the U.S. at least are not having any issues due to this cold, and some areas like it's getting down into Texas, and it typically doesn't do that. So everybody stay warm and safe. Adana says just get the little space heater and put by you to warm up real quick. It's right there. It's blowing on me. Hopefully you can't hear it. It does make a little bit of a whistle sound, so hopefully you can't hear it too much. But yeah, it's like keeping my feet warm. So, already on it, Donna. Sam says we normally have mods by now. Yes, sometimes. I know Neptune's is often in here a lot, but I don't know. I know he's got work stuff and other things, so maybe he'll make it in later. So I'm gonna have to do all the mod duties myself. But I'm not worried about that because you guys are all awesome. I don't have to do a whole lot. Yep, yeah, that little heater, it kind of feels nice on my toes. Let's see. So what's everybody working on? You guys have any projects? Anything on the bench in the shop? Is everything froze up where you are? Or what's going on in your world? Donna says, LMAO, good deal. Yeah, I don't know what it is. After everything was so cold for several days here, and it's actually fairly pleasant out here. outside. But in here, it's mighty cold. I don't know why it after everything gets so cold. I guess it just takes a while for all the cold to come out of all the metal and the tools and everything. But yeah, it's definitely much colder than it normally is. Sam says, "Do you have a control tower for all the planes?" Yeah, we got a control tower. Harry Dude says it wasn't on the bench, but I did fire up the new forge in the backyard on the weekend. Oh man, I'm excited. How did everything seem to work? You heat up some steel or something, or just kind of testing it out? Because I know a forge is on my list for sure. I'm hoping what I would like to find is just an old used one, that somebody used for a long time and traded it in for a new one. We have a local blacksmith supply, farrier supply shop, and they always have, well, not always, but occasionally they get used ones in. It needs maybe new lining and stuff like that. I'd like to find something like that. That way we could, I could kind of redo it as a video project. Take an old one that's seen a lot of work and do some repairs, fix it up. But if I can't find one, I might be looking to order one of those. So definitely interested to hear how that thing works. And our farrier stopped by yesterday and asked about the knives, so I was showing them the horseshoe knives, and I think they liked them. They're asking me if I was going to make some more, and I probably will, just to maybe fine tune things a little bit. So I definitely can see a use for a forge. Sam says you could make a wood steamer to bend smaller materials. I've thought about that on and off a few times, Sam. But steaming wood, I've only done it once, really, and it was just a small piece. I was working on a guitar for a friend of mine, and I needed to make a shim for in the neck pocket. For some reason, the neck pocket on this guitar was huge, and it was just a little strip that I wanted to bend to fit the entire neck pocket. I just did it in a steamer pot on the stove. But a steam box, I think it would be pretty cool. There'd be some cool projects you could make. However, inside the shop, at the moment, I don't have space for something like that. It'd have to be something outside or something like that. But yeah, it'd be a fun project to get into some wood bending. And Jimmer's here. Jimmer says, "I'll take one." The horseshoe knives. I think I'll be making some more. Jimmer, what's going on, man? Are you guys warm and toasty over there? Or are you guys getting that cold that we just had? Ugh, 13 below we got to here. With wind and everything. Probably a wind chills up into the negative 40s, I would imagine. Harry Dude says, "We got it all working, started forging some old rebar to see what it's all about. Made an anvil and stand out of railway track and some pine left over from a stair build." Oh man, that's cool. So it heats up everything just fine. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see some of the cool stuff you make with it. That's gonna be cool. Yeah, in order to get into some of that forging stuff, I got to get an anvil. I don't have an anvil or anything. I do have I have this chunk of I-beam up here, which is nowhere near an anvil, but I do use it occasionally for some anvil type things. But an actual anvil I'm gonna have to get if I get into that forging stuff. And there's Neptunes. Neptune says, "Hello everyone. What's going on, Neptunes?" I was worried you were frozen up. But right on. Glad you could make it in. What's going on? How's things going down there? You guys cold? Hopefully you're staying warm and not freezing up. Jim says, "I'll have to send you some railroad spikes." I've got a couple of them around here somewhere. I got to find them. Yeah, some railroad spike knives I think would be pretty cool. And Sam says 1 Celsius. Real Feel says -4 Celsius, which is still much warmer than we are. No, but than we were. Yeah. I don't know what ours says at the moment. Ours says we're at 37 degrees right now with a real feel of 33. Neptune says, nope, we're good. Just got above freezing. Right on. Yeah, so did we. Well, we went a little above freezing yesterday, but today's, I think it's like going to be in the 40s, which is crazy. Because a couple days ago, -13. Reek is here. Reek says, my Shapeoko Pro 5 coming in today. Hope to be making new forms by tomorrow. Excited. Whee! That's awesome. Oh, man. You're going to love it. I've not used a Shapeoko myself, but, I mean, just a CNC machine in general. I'm getting ready to hopefully be firing mine up today. The next project that I'm working on, I've mentioned to you guys before, I want to restore that sharpening stone, that's all dished out. So I want to restore that stone, or at least flatten it. Maybe I shouldn't say restore, but I want to get it flattened so that it's usable again. And then I'm going to make one of those wooden boxes that you see. A lot of the old stones would come in this box, a little wooden box with a lid and stuff. So I'm going to make one of those, and I'm going to use the machine to do that. So, like I said, I'm hoping to get started on it today, and I don't know if I can get it all done in one day. The project itself, I think, is a one-day project, but filming everything, like double or even triples the time that you spend working on something, because you're always moving the camera, and if you just do the work, it wouldn't take all that long. But trying to film everything makes it take way longer. But that's what I'm going to be working on this afternoon. Yeah, just getting started on that, using the CNC machine to do some cuts. Ooh, I'll get to that in a minute. I want to catch up on your comments here. Jim says tomahawks. Yeah, that would be cool too. Harry Dude says, we got a section of railway track, cut a point in one end, shaped as sort of a horn with it. The whole thing's about 30 centimeters long. Oh, nice. I gotta grab the ruler. I've been trying to use metric more, but I still can't visualize, like 30 centimeters. Like, I don't... Dastardly Dave says, you're better than me. Was 7 last night. Made it to 10 Fahrenheit. Right on. Well, Dave, I hope you stay warm. I know that it's reaching. That cold weather is like all across the country. Reek says, what software do you use? I've been learning Fusion 360. That's what I use. I use Fusion 360. I am not a pro at it, but I almost learn something new every day still, or at least a better way to do something. That's what I use. I feel like I've been using it enough now that I'm pretty invested in that piece of software. I feel like I can just about do everything that I need to do. Yeah, it's been working really good, but I'm always trying to. I always try to draw things myself. I think I've mentioned it before, and that helps me learn the ins and outs more of the software, especially for like 3D printing. That's what I started out with, using it for 3D printing things, but now I've been using it for all, for CNC things as well. There's a lot of websites, Thingiverse and all that stuff for 3D printing where you can go and download the models. The problem that I have is I don't like to necessarily use a pre-existing model. So I might download something, get some ideas from it, and then I'll just redraw it in Fusion, and that not only lets me use something that I created myself instead of somebody else's model, but it also helps me learn Fusion a little bit more, because it seems like no matter what sort of a piece you're doing, just using it, repetition really helps a long ways. But yeah, I've been using Fusion. It's been working really good. I have no complaints other than the learning curve, really. And yeah, Fusion works great. Neptune says, "Hey Sam, Shea Poco, nice rake." Yeah. Sam says the GoPros are good. But how do they justify $35 for a plastic lens cover? I have recently, I think I've talked about it before. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with GoPro at the moment. Yeah, I've got one. It's a Hero 10 black, and the batteries just started to not work. I mean, you would turn it on, it would say fully charged, and then it would shut off after 10 seconds of recording, saying your battery's dead. So I was going to get a new camera. I was going to switch over to one of the DJI cameras, but comparing the costs, I don't really want to drop a fair bit of money on a new camera. But I heard that GoPro has these new batteries. I think it's called the Enduro batteries. They're supposed to be better in cold weather and have more capacity. So I ordered some of those. Those just came in a few days ago. Haven't really put them through their paces yet, but we'll see. Hopefully they make the camera usable again, because Milehouse Studios says, "Evening, gents. Hey Jeff, I'm also sat here waiting for my Ooze Nest Work Bee CNC to arrive. It's not looking like it's going to be this week now. Man, gutted. Yeah, I'm gutted with you. Darn it. That's going to be awesome. It'll show up. Don't worry. Take that as a opportunity to work on some designs or something. And yeah, that's going to be cool. Yeah, everybody's getting this. Not everybody, but I like to see that a lot of you are getting a CNC machine, because it's going to be cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll be Milehouse. I want an update when it comes in. Let me know how it's working out once you get it set up and working. That's going to be cool. Sam says, "Jeff, it's a rule, not a ruler." Yes. I know. The ruler has the space on the end. From my understanding. That one doesn't. Yeah. Sorry about that. And Henry's here. Henry says, "Morning. Morning, Henry. How are you doing this fine Wednesday morning? Hopefully you're staying warm up there." Sam says, "Nikon do an action camera in 4K. Really? I did not know that." Mike said, "Do the new batteries for the GoPro use the same charger, or do you need a new one?" No, they use the same charger, which I was thankful for. That was sort of one of my selling points, because I was hesitant on buying the new batteries, because I'm like, well, if it doesn't work with new batteries, now I not only have a camera that I can't use, but I also have these new batteries that I can't use because of the camera. So I was a little hesitant, but I was weighing the costs of course, a new camera versus the batteries, and the batteries are way cheaper than a new camera. I'm like, well, let's at least try it. And if I would have had to buy a whole new charger and all that, I may not have, but it does use the same charger. I have that 2 battery, that little block looking deal that you put 2 batteries in. And so yeah, I'm able to use that. I've already charged them, and it works just fine. So you just order the batteries, the Enduro batteries, and we'll see what happens. Jim says, "It'd be a nice beard axe." Yeah, tomahawk. Reek says, "To Milehouse, mine was supposed to be a Christmas gift. Still not here today, supposedly." Yeah, especially now. With this cold weather, I've gotten some emails from several companies just saying, they're experiencing some delays, due to the weather. Maybe, I mean, maybe it's something related to that. I don't know. But I did order, man, it's probably been a week and a half ago. I ordered, the little dust brush that goes on the CNC machine. Mine had um, a 1 inch brush that goes around there, but I ordered a little bit longer one because I found that sometimes I got to get it pretty low to the piece, and I just thought I wanted a little bit taller brush, and I ordered that and some other um, dust collection fittings, and I haven't got them yet, and I'm not worried, but yeah, it is taking a little while now that you just got me thinking about that. Milehouse says, Tariq, no way. That is a worry. I said it said a 2 week lead time when I ordered. Hope yours turns up soon. More time to wrestle VCarve and YouTube tutorials. There you go. There you go. So look at the bright side. Take that as a time to work on some design skills or work on a design or something that you've been working on. Mike says, excellent. I'll wait for your report. Once I try it out, I'll let you know. I'm hopeful. My daughter's been using the GoPro. Some of the projects that we did last fall, she likes to use the GoPro and do some filming, and it was dying. It would die after 20, 30, 40 seconds. But I put the new battery in, and she grabbed it and she ran around with it for probably a half hour. It might have even filled up the SD card, and it didn't die. So she wanted to test it out, so I said, "Here you go." So that right there is kind of a good sign. So we'll see how it goes. But Mike, I'll definitely report back once I put it through a few more paces. Arik says, "Yeah, I can draw a guitar neck in Fusion 360." Nice. Yes. Yeah, that's a great segue. um, that one thing that I've been doing over the past few days, because it's been so dang cold here, is I've been spending a little bit of time in Fusion. And I mentioned earlier that I took the acoustic guitar over to a friend of mine's this past weekend, Friday, and we were, met a couple guitar builder buddies over there, and we were talking designs and things. And I saw some of the designs that a friend of mine's working on, and kind of made me not jealous, but made me realize that I need a better drawing for the bass that I'm going to build. Because I mean his looked fantastic, all done in Fusion, but everything's modeled, bridge, tuners, pickups, everything's modeled in there, and you can apply different finishes. I mean, it just looked like it was a beautiful rendering of this guitar, and I'm like, yeah, I got to step my game up. Because mine is just the gray extruded deal that when you extrude a piece in Fusion. So I decided that I'm gonna take all of my drawings for the bass, that I've got the neck and the body, everything, and I'm putting that together into a new sketch, and I'm gonna basically start from scratch. I've got all the shapes down. I'm gonna just redraw that. So I've been working on that, and because the bass guitar is gonna happen this year. I know I've said that a bazillion times, but it's gonna happen. And right now I'm back into I'm more focused on that now, especially since the acoustic's done. And we're gonna have the bass guitar, the subtonic. And I've been thinking about it. I think it's gonna be. I probably have to double check this because someone else probably has that, but it's gonna be the subtonic, but the models are gonna be the ST 4, 5, and 6 because I decided to make designs for 4, 5, and 6 strings. So yeah, I'm fine tuning everything. It even has a model number, the ST4. Donna says, Wild Stop Pizza? Pizza sounds good. Pizza's one of those things I could eat like almost all the time. I could eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner kind of deal. Is Wild's Stop? Is that a pizza place? Sam says, in case you're interested, DeWalt do battery-operated nail guns. Gas nail guns are okay, but the cold moisture does the rubber seals. And with batteries, they can be charged in-house. Yes, I don't have any cordless nailers of any type. I used to have a pin nailer, a pneumatic pin nailer, which was really handy once in a great while. But I just saw that Milwaukee came out with an M12 pin nailer, and I do have a couple tools in that M12 line, and so I've been thinking about maybe adding to that M12. Robert's here. Robert says, hello, people. Robert, good morning. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Are you staying warm? I don't know if you got that cold that we just had. Whew. Hold on to your hats, as they say. I feel like I really do want to tune this, but I don't know why it's so. It's really out of tune. And bring a tuner. Wow. Oh, I'm playing it lefty. It's I gotta play it upside down. Never mind. It's gonna sound bad, and I'm gonna spend 10 minutes trying to tune it. Let's see. Sam says, perhaps get an electronic tuner. I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 electronic tuners around. I just don't have one out here. I've got several. I should have tuned it before it came out, but I went from inside the house for a brief second outside, back into here. I'm sure it's all wonky anyway. So I have a question, since we're talking about CNC machines. Those of you that have one, what do you use for bits? Do you have a preferred vendor for bits, like a place you order them from? I'm not really needing bits right now. I've got a pretty good selection, but I'm always curious as to where everyone gets their bits from. I know Neptunes has sent me some information on bits and things, and that was super helpful. But curious for those of you that have one yourself, where do you get them from? And what kind do you find yourself using the most? So far, I'll go first. So far, I've been using, I ordered a few bits. I have a Onefinity CNC machine, and I ordered a few bits that they sell right off their site. And those have been, I can't remember who makes them now, or what company they come from. But those have been working really good. I've been using just 1/4-inch straight bits and 1/8-inch straight bits for most of the stuff, most of the things that I've been making. But I am working on a couple things where I'm gonna use ball end. So I'm gonna have to probably get some 1/4-inch ball end and 1/8-inch ball end, maybe 16th. I don't know. But mostly for up till now, I've been using straight bits. But as I get farther along in this bass guitar design, I know that I'm going to be wanting to use a ball end bit, which I have a couple, but I think that's probably the one that I'm going to need to buy. Sam says you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. I see what you did there. But I heard it said, do CNC machines use standard router bits when working with wood? Yes. At least, most of these, the wood, the CNC machines like I have, and like several of you are getting. It uses a regular router. Mine uses we can use a few different ones, but mine has a Makita router in there, and it just uses a standard 1/4 inch shank. What is that? 20? No. What is that? 6 millimeter? I don't I don't even know what that translates to. Um, but ours uses a 1/4 inch. Any 1/4 inch shank bit will fit in here because it's just a standard. It's just a trim router. You can put a spindle on there, but even the spindles use a 1/4 inch shank. So really, you can throw anything in there that um, that'll fit in your normal handheld trim router. That bit will fit in the CNC machine because it's just a trim router. Robert says barely. It's been below freezing since a week ago yesterday. Lowest it got that I'm aware of was 0 with minus 28 wind chill and 43% humidity. Yeah, that's a little bit warmer than we were. We hit negative 13 actual temperature, and that's minus 832 Celsius. I don't know what that is. I already figured that out. It's like minus 30. No, minus 26 or something Celsius. And then one day, Monday, I think it was, it was 10 below outside in the middle of the day, and the wind just started whipping. It was probably minus 40 or 50 wind chill. Absolutely ridiculous. Of course, I had to go outside in it because I don't know, I'm just adventurous like that. Sam says, I wish I had a 3D printer, but I don't want the hot Chinese version. Might burst into flames very suddenly. Mine's a Chinese version. I have a Creality Ender 3 version 2. I think they now have a version 3. I don't know what the difference is. But I haven't had any issues. Knock on wood. Our Heritage says 1/4 inch equals 6.35. So I was sort of close. King Rob says, morning, Jeff. Do you still use your tin pants? Made a tin jacket following the tutorial, and it's holding up great this winter. That's awesome. Yeah, the tin jacket, that would be cool. I haven't worn them in a little while. I mainly use them like if I had work or something to do outside the last few days when it's been so darn cold. I would have worn them because they work awesome. Yeah, I have no issues with them, and yeah, tin jacket sounds cool as well. Now I have a question on the jacket though. So the pants, when I did the pants, it's just a single layer. It's just that, the outer layer, there's no liner or anything like that. When you did your jacket, did it have like this coat here, it's got the liner inside. Was yours just a light jacket that you coated kind of as an outer layer, or does it have, an insulation or something inside? And if it does, did you have any issue with the wax soaking all the way through and doing something to the inner layer? Because I've thought about that. I think that would be cool to have a jacket that way, but that was the one thing that I wasn't quite sure of. If I soak this thing down, is it going to go all the way through and get the inside all weird? So I'd love to hear how yours worked out that way. I think a jacket would be awesome to go with the pants, and you'd be like really protected, I think. But yeah, I really like the tin pants. They work great, for blocking the wind and stuff like that. So King Robs, let me know how that worked out with the jacket. I think I still have a jar of that wax mixture. It's probably enough to do a jacket. Sam says China has a fire sale on EVs. Heritage says, Sam, I have the ANAT A8, the infamous fire starter. There's things you can do to fix them up, and I've had no problems. And Neptune says artillery 3D printers are good also. I have a Sidewinder X1 and love it. I would love to have another. Right on. There you go, Sam. See, there's some options for you. And I have no complaints on the Creality myself. So there's um, several different options there. The cost on these, like, I'd have to look it up. But, excuse me. I have a Creality, like I said, I have the Creality Ender 3. The price, I mean, it's like a couple $100, and it works. It works great. King Rob says mine was a redhead jacket, basically a knockoff Carhartt, but it was thick enough where the wax didn't seep through to the soft liner. Would recommend. Could also make for a nice video. Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know. Because, like I said, that was one of my concerns. I actually even considered doing it to this one. This old Carhartt. I've had this thing 20 something years for sure, and it's finally it's finally getting worn out. I didn't even know that the elbow was gone out of it until recently. Because how often do you look at your elbow? You don't. I just noticed it when I hung it up one day. I'm like, what the heck's all that? There's like no elbow left in it. But I thought about experimenting with this when I finally replace it. This is probably the warmest jacket I have ever had. And I wish I could get another model like this, because it's amazing. I mean, the Carhartt logo is all worn. This whole coat's worn out. But I wasn't sure if that was going to soak through and get the liner all messed up. Kind of why I was thinking of experimenting with this when I replace it. But that's good to know. Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole different. It's a whole different feel. If you've never worn waxed canvas of any type, it's just a different feel. There's like I don't even know how to describe it. A ruggedness. Even though it's the exact same material, but when that wax is on there, I don't know what it does, or how that works, or maybe it's all in my head, but it makes it feel more durable for some weird reason. Mike says, I love my Prusa. Yes, I've not heard anything bad about a Prusa. That's awesome. Robert said, I went to Stillwater to shop yesterday. Car did not want to start. Drove the block to the post office to get mail. Car wouldn't start. Had to walk home, get my jump box to get the car started. Oh man, what a drag. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, we had one recently break. It broke on us last month. The transmission went out, but we still have it until I figure out what I want to do with it. I went to start it yesterday, and not even a click. So I'm going to get the charger on it here today and just let it sit all day. I want it to be able to, I like to keep everything at least running. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Harry Dude says, Bamboo Labs have been tempting me lately. Looks like a perfect out-of-the-box printer. No tinkering to get started. Harry Dude, I'm with you on that. That X1 is the one that I've been looking at. The one that's like 4 different colors or something like that. And yeah, there's something pretty enticing about that. And the price, I mean, for what it seems like it is, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, what is it, like $1,200, $1,500, which is a lot of money. I mean, I'm not saying that's not the case, but like you said, straight out of the box, and you have multicolors and all that. Yeah, I'm with you. Sam says aerodynamic jacket. Yeah, it's aerodynamic, all right. Donna says time for a heated jacket. Thought about that, but I've tried a few of the different heated things, heated gloves and stuff, and I don't know, they didn't really keep my hands warm. But I've not tried a heated jacket. King Rob says the rugged feel is great. Yes, you see what I'm? There's something about it. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just a fabric like this, but once you wax it, it has a whole different feel. Jimmer says, love my Carhartts. I do too, buddy. I was wearing my bibs the other day, my Carhartt bibs, and I bought those. Where did I buy those? Well, I bought them back there before I even moved out here. Probably 96, 7, something like that. Probably 96. And I still wear them. I mean, they're getting a little bit of a hole in the knee, but not even as bad as this coat. And yeah, they're almost 30 years old, and I still wear them all the time. And this thing's 20, maybe 22 years old, 23, thereabouts. Yeah, I have zero complaints out of that. Robert says, having problems at this end, video keeps freezing. I may have to completely reboot my computer. Robert, it might not be you this time. Once in a while here, I see it glitch. I'm guessing we're having some internet interruptions or something due to the weather. That's what I'm saying. I'm blaming the weather. Neptune says, yes, the bamboo carbon. Yeah, it just looks like a cool machine. It really does. Sam says, on biker websites, they sell heated suits. Oh, I can imagine that. Jimmer says, 65 Ford just did a video on making a heated jacket. That would be interesting. Mike said, didn't know you could wax them. I was so drenched last time I went out on the construction site. Yeah, you can. I got a video on it, but there's plenty of others doing the same kind of thing. Now, I didn't come up with the recipe that I used. Who was that? Lone Woodsman, I believe. Has got a video that I basically used his recipe for the wax coating, and you basically you're just mixing up this wax concoction and smearing it on your stuff, and kind of melting it in with a heat gun, and it works great. I think if I was going to do it again, I might try some of the simpler recipes though. There's some that use like paraffin beeswax basically, and I might try that. I don't know what the difference is, but I see a lot of people doing it that way. The recipe that I used from Lone Woodsman is a little bit more involved, and it's pretty stinky. It's pretty stinky, and it took a while for the smell to dissipate. King Robs, did you find that as well? That it was pretty strong smelling stuff, and there's like mineral spirits, and I don't even remember what all in there. What is that? Tongue oil and all kinds of stuff in there. But part of me wants to try the, just the beeswax paraffin stuff. Jimmer says, yeah, we used to go sledding in those Carhartts. Yes, the same ones. The same ones. They're still going. Mike says, I have a heated motorcycle jacket, but you need to plug into the 12-volt battery of the bike. Well, that's kind of cool too. Just carry around a jump pack, a little plug it in. I mean, it would probably work if you were doing something like, running equipment, or sitting on a tractor, or doing something like that. Just carry a jump pack and plug your coat in. Sam says, stunt people wear heated jacket. Kerosene might be a bit dodgy. Yeah, you might. Yeah, don't do that. King Rob says, the Lone Woodsman recipe was indeed stinky. Took a month or two to go away. Yeah, mine took a fair bit of time as well. I remember I had it hanging up on the other side of the shop for quite a while out here, and it was stinking this place up before I even thought about taking it inside the house. And then I think I let it hang up outside for several days as well. I mean, it works. It seems to work great, but just the concoction of things that are in this had a bit of a stink to it. Mike says, I'll keep making things. Need to go. Right on, Mike. Well, stay warm. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have an awesome week. Yep, we'll wrap it up here in a little bit. Not quite yet, but I'm not ready yet. I'm enjoying hanging out, drinking coffee with all of you. Got the heat still blowing on my feet, although my toes are starting to get a little chilly. So when we're done, I'm gonna have to turn on the other heater and see if I can get it warmed up, get some projects going. All right. Yeah, the good old waxed canvas. Jim, did you ever make some of those out of using any sort of recipe? I know. Seems though we were chatting about that at one time, doing some waxed canvas. Sam says, "Oh, there's Paul. Right on, Paul." Paul says, "Hello, all. Guitar looks great. Sorry so late. No worries, Paul. I got it sitting right here because I wanted to show you, quote unquote, in person." There it is. It's kind of hard to show, but it is pretty well done. A little bit of setup to do. I set it up enough, to sort of play it in the video, but I'm letting everything settle in, and then I got to do some adjustments to the action and all of that. But yeah, it came together nicely finally after the finishing delays that I talked about. A little out of tune, but yes, it finally has become a guitar. Sam says, would it be cheaper to install installation in the workshop? No, I don't think so. I'd have to take walls apart. There's a little bit, but not very much. Henry says, how many cups of coffee do you usually have in a day? I've been finding reducing to just 2 has helped with the afternoon crash. Most of the time nowadays, except for Wednesdays, for the most part, I usually have 2, once in a while 3. And I do that in the morning once I wake up. I'll sit down, drink my coffee, and kind of just enjoy a few minutes of time. Usually 2. Wednesdays, I got to have an extra because of the live. But it used to be much, much, much more. I used to drink almost a pot every day. When I was working in town, I would make this cup, and then I would take a great big thermos bottle with basically the rest of a pot of coffee, and I would drink the entire thing every single day. But I have cut back quite a bit. But yeah, 2 to 3 usually. Occasionally I'll have something midday. It's very rare. But if I'm out and about and there's once in a while I'll buy one, like a Dunkin' Donuts or something. That's really the only place I'll buy coffee from. But I don't often get anywhere near one of those. So usually just 2 cups in the morning, with the occasional third. Paul says, thanks for making that wood into a guitar. It deserved to be one. Well, it did deserve to be one, Paul, but thank you for making this guitar happen. Otherwise, it would have been, it wouldn't have been this, for sure. I would have still built one, but it wouldn't have been this. It wouldn't have been this awesome ambrosia maple. So thank you, Paul, and this cool fretboard. I was showing this to a friend of mine the other day, and he's like, whoa, that is so cool. Sam says, perhaps try British tea. I believe they have international food aisles there. We do. I just need to buy some and give it a try. I think Sam, I need a recommendation though, because I'm not a fan of like regular tea, like iced tea or herbal tea or anything. But whatever tea it is that you put cream and sugar in, like coffee, that's what I want to try. So give me a brand or a flavor, or I don't know how that all works. Donna says 3 cups of coffee keeps me going, but I'm pretty spoiled having a coffee maker in my office. Yeah, 2 to 3 seems to be about right for me. I definitely don't drink. I don't drink coffee, in the afternoon. I never really did. Even when I was working in town and I would take the whole pot with me, it was gone by, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock. But, I do not drink it in the afternoon. I just had bad experiences with that. Just kind of keeps you up the later you drink it. For me, anyway, I know people that can drink a cup and then go right to bed. That's not me. So I only drink it in the morning, 2 to 3 cups a day, roughly, and yeah, it works fine. But yeah, having a coffee maker out here, I might drink a little bit more. But I have it in the house, which isn't very far from where I'm at, so I could just walk in the house and make some. But mine is the coffee pot style, the drip style. So it's kind of hard to make one little tiny cup. You can do it, but I usually make a whole pot in the morning. And if I had something like a Keurig or something, though, I might drink a little more. Part of the reason why I don't have one. Sam says PG Earl Grey, Taipu Tetley are common in England. Earl Grey, I know we can get Earl Grey, so I'll try that. And that's the kind you put milk and cream and sugar in. Paul said, back to work. Everyone have a great week. Right on, Paul. Have an awesome week, man. Stay warm down there. Sam says, oh, typos. Tetley. Gotcha. Earl Grey. I'll just get some Earl Grey, put some cream and sugar in there, and see what it tastes like. I'm all in. I'm not afraid to try it. Sam says we had a splash of milk. Okay, that helps. Yeah, a little milk in there and some sugar. Cool. Right on. Well, we have come to the top of the hour. I think it's about time to wrap this up. The heater just turned off, and now I'm getting cold. So I'm gonna get this guitar back inside and get the heat back on, and try to get a project started this afternoon. So that being said, I want to prepare to sign off. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate it. Enjoy hanging out with everybody, and it really is one of my highlights of the week. So yeah, you guys all stay warm if you're getting this cold weather. Everybody else, stay safe, stay well. Get out in your shops, make some cool thing. Donna said those machines carry a lot of bacteria. Which kind? The like the Keurig type ones? Maybe because the water's always sitting in there. If I'm following along here. Robert says I'm back. My wireless is having difficulty. I have a desktop but use wireless for network. Tried resetting the wireless hub, did not work. Just plugged in cable and just froze again. Ah, darn it. Robert, I'm sorry you're having issues. We're going to wrap this up here anyway. Just because I gotta get started on some work. Got to get some things going if we're going to have a video for this weekend, because at this exact moment, I don't have one ready. I got a short ready to come out this morning. So if you follow along on any of the shorts, be on the lookout. A little kind of a wrap up of this acoustic guitar. So Reek says, help the man out. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Right on, Reek. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up button. Tell the YouTubes that this is like the funnest place to come hang out with a bunch of buddies. Sam says, Robert, use a cable. It's better. Yes, that's what I've heard. But I also have the same kind of setup, Robert. I use I just use a wireless card in mine. It's not plugged in. Anyway, guys, we're wrapping this up. I got to get to work and get warm because it's now starting to get cold. I hope you guys all stay safe, stay well, get out in your shops, make some cool things. Stay safe and warm while you're doing it, though. And thanks for tuning in. Till next time. We'll see you guys later. Stay warm. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Here goes the button. I already pressed it once. It didn't do anything. And there's the second time. Oh, it brought up the thing. Later, guys. Stay well.